as well. So we talked about how this covenant to Abraham was unconditional, and it is the unconditional covenant behind the land promise. And the covenants in Scripture are the key to understanding God's program of the ages. I talked about how there are 5 major biblical covenants. The first 4 all kind of go together, and they are unconditional. The Abrahamic covenant in Genesis 12, followed by the land covenant in Deuteronomy 30 and Genesis 15, the Davidic covenant, 2 Samuel 7, and the new covenant, Jeremiah 31 and Ezekiel 36. The land, Davidic, and new covenants all amplify the core essence of the Abrahamic covenant that had within its own verbiage the promise of land, seed, and blessing. So as time goes on, God simply reaffirms and reiterates these aspects of the unconditional covenant. Of course, the Mosaic covenant is also a major biblical covenant, but it's set apart differently. It's not unconditional, it's conditional. And it was a rule of law put in place until Christ came. And so we talked about the difference between a conditional and an unconditional covenant. A conditional covenant is an if you will, then I will. Its fulfillment depends on the recipient doing what he agreed to do. It's a bilateral contract. An unconditional covenant, however, is simply an I will statement by God. There's no if attached. Its fulfillment depends simply upon the one making the covenant. And so as we look at the land aspect of this covenant, let me once more walk you through my diagram of the Abrahamic covenant and what I call God's kingdom program that we looked at last week. But the Abrahamic covenant is amplified in 3 future unconditional covenants: the land covenant, the Davidic covenant, and the new covenant.